Okay, ma'am. Shall we start, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Good morning, one and all. Good morning, Dean, sir. Good morning, HR ma'am. Good morning, Archana ma'am. Good morning, respected speaker. Over to Dean, sir now. Welcome to attend the gathering. Sir?
Yes.
Sir, kindly deliver the welcome address.
Beloved invited speaker of the day, Mrs. Umasree Raghunath, head of the HR, Vinodini, IQAC coordinator, Dr. Archana, Dr. Priyanka, colleagues and friends, students. It gives me great pleasure to be here on the third day of the webinar series. You are the masterpiece of your life. And I congratulate the HR team and the IQAC team for taking efforts to organize this kind of a series for the benefit of faculty and the students in the midst of our stressed times. We have had a very good lecture on day one on the cyber security, and yesterday we had a meaningful lecture on the time management, how we will allot quality time for the personal life, for the family life, for the professional life, and then the social life. And today here we have with us a very dynamic person who is from the corporate sector, who is helping a lot of people in their life. And especially, I have been watching her in the last 1 year throughout the COVID situation. She has spent sleepless nights just to help others, totally not related to her. And with a team of youngsters, she has achieved a lot of things in this particular second wave of COVID. Those who are active in the social media would have noticed her. She had a team, a Chennai team, to help those in need, very different kinds of needs, not only the patients. They took care of the healthcare workers. I should thank Madam at this juncture for encouraging the staff nurses and the faculty doctors here, the postgraduates. They continuously supplied refreshments to those who were working in the COVID ward in Sri Balaji Medical College. And I wish a lot of youngsters take the cue from her today's lecture, and you will all continue to be a source of blessing to the society when you graduate and go out. With these few words, I leave the forum to the organizers. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Next, I would introduce our speaker for today. Again, good afternoon, everyone. It is indeed a pride and privilege for me to introduce today's speaker, Madam Mrs. Umasree Raghunath, for the webinar. Madam Uma is a super talented, multifaceted personality, as she is capable of performing many different roles, such as an author, blogger, lawyer, a transformational leader at IBM, a women empowerer, and a social conscientious person who has been uplifting young minds through her motivational speeches at various fora. She is quite an articulate person with a strong opinion on different subjects. Mrs. Uma is passionate in bringing digital transformation and also on mindful consumption. She is a treasure trove of knowledge who would even be called as a polymath. In recognition of her works, she has been crowned at various stages as Women Icon, Pride of South, Industry Icon, Sri Shakti Award, and many more, adding laurels to her credit. Well, her profile would continue to go on and time would be inadequate to cover every aspect of her. We're delighted to have you in our midst this day. Thank you, ma'am. Kindly take over.
Thank you so much, and good morning, good afternoon to all of you. It is a pleasure It's like homecoming whenever I come back to Balaji Hospital and talk to you all in the medical college as well. So thank you, Johnson sir, the faculty, the HR department and ISAC department. It's great honor and privilege to be here today. I'm not going to talk something that is new to you. I'm just going to remind snippets of our life from the way I have seen it. For those of you who do not know, I had a very experiential past with lot of turbulences right from my childhood, losing my father at the age of 15, having to had light as fire, being all three girls at home, and eventually getting married to a man who was diagnosed with schizophrenia at the age of 19 and having no support system, having had to handle a very frenetic in-laws and subsequently battling through my own challenges of life, then keeping my continuous learning. And today we here, me and my husband stand as a testimony that whatever may be the life's turbulences, if you stay strong, if you have that inner courage and fearlessness, you can be what you are. So I'm going to talk about the circus of life today. And the topic that is given is quality of life. The quality of life is nothing but how you presume it, right? Somebody's quality of life may depend on a very luxurious way of living. Somebody's life may be having all the contentment and necessities in life. Somebody may actually seek a social life, seek a spiritual life, or somebody may just seek a very, very normal life. The quality of life totally depends upon how we perceive happiness in it. It is not about how the society perceives it. It is about how individual mindset of the family and people perceive it. Let's get into the protocol of sharing a presentation and then talking about few synonyms and acronyms. Nothing, friends, but it is all about what we learned in our kindergarten school and later on in our elementary division. We forget those childhood happinesses, and that is why we do struggle today. The child in us somewhere is getting lost, and the inner child had to be awakened again and again so that we remember the happiest moments where we take everything in life in a way that we can positively. Let's get into the presentation. Thank you, Vinodini ma'am, for giving me the opportunity to share my deck here. So, as we speak about the quality of life, I'm very excited to this particular topic, that you are the masterpiece of your life. Honestly speaking, you are the master of your life, and how it depends upon how you redesign the life that you want. God has given us everything. God will challenge us to an extent that we can only manage in the life. So it depends upon how you take each step in your life and build that quality that is required. It's nothing but recreating what is already in existence. Being human, do not forget the basic necessities of being a human, because end of the day, all the products, all the services we deliver, either be it a corporate or a college like yours, end of the day, it is for the benefit of the mankind. So we have to be defining the quality of life in the way we live, in the way we survive. In no time, the entire academic world, including the medical colleges, have gone online. It took us years and years of transformation for becoming digitally viable and accessible to work from home. But this pandemic had given us a major challenge of managing life overnight. You are all rock stars and warriors because you have translated into a learning protocols on the internet without any preparedness or time to settle down. You had to just jump in from the blackboards and the whiteboards of the classroom to the digital screens, whatever may be the size of the screen. Maybe it's a mobile phone or a laptop or even a desktop. It didn't matter. What mattered was the continuation of the education. Why? Because the time that you have in hand is limited. For a 4-year, 5-year graduate coming to the college, this is the time they learn everything. This is the time as faculties, you give the best to them. And this is the time as a student, they take away everything that is possible from the campus. Because once they enter into the world of wisdom, the larger world that they are not aware of, they will have no time or tide to actually learn anything other than what life throws at them as experiences. So it's very, very important that you understand that each minuscule part of our life actually gives us an opportunity to be thinking differently. Think differently in Tamil is very easily called as Matiyosi. When you start looking from a different angle to every issue, you will find a solution. Let's play a game of opposites. Can I also request you people to come onto the chat and tell me the simple opposites for each of the things that you see on the screen? My friends, please feel free to use the chat box that is in here. Let's play this small game. Darkness. I want you to type it in the chat box, please. Light, brightness. Excellent. End. Start. One more word. Beginning. Great. Night. Day. Problem. Solution. Yes, you have a lot of solutions here. Lock. Key. Unlock. Great. Down. Down. Up. Negative. Positive. Small. Big. Down. Up. Lost. Found. Die. Live. Closed. Open. Jobless. Occupied. Employed. Unproductive. Busy. Productive. Thank you. Thank you. Amazing response. Thank you, friends. This is exactly what we wanted to know. See, I have given you all the negative words, what we presume generally are negative. But you guys already had the entire positive energy in the morning to throw that positiveness the minute I gave you a negative word. This shows that there is an amount of positive energy within each one of you. All of you, not only those who responded on the chat, but also those who were thinking behind and not expressed, also had these answers in the mind. We learned these words probably when we were in school, especially in elementary school, where we used to have synonyms and acronyms being taught to us. Over the years, we forget. We tend to have the negative energy loaded. There is no fault of us. The world around us is unfortunately like that. Let me tell you, the TRP-driven media is all negative because that is what it sells. That is what the people want to see. That is what the people want to do. What somebody tells you not to do, you will be tempted to do. What somebody tells you not to listen, you will go ahead and listen. If somebody says this is very wrong, that is when you want to be really, really curious to know what exactly is wrong in there, right? So that is where, you know, the very famous all negative energy related serials or, you know, people get addicted to it. People respond depending upon what they see. They do not understand that eventually it is all drama. Even the so-called discussions that happen, the so-called talks that happen, they do not understand that the people who speak as opponents are actually behind the screens possible friends. We get driven by emotions and we carry that negative energy. What does it happen? It throws on a lot of complaint, lot of selfishness in terms of divide that is happening in the religion, caste, creed, language, everything possible in the geographical limits of the country. And we forget that we are the best as unity in diversity. We also build our egoistic center because of the kind of information that is being pushed onto us. There is no filter. There is no validation. There is no verification of anything that is being pushed onto us. In the olden days, people used to like to throw garbage into our compounds. Today, they are just throwing it into our phones. Early morning, before even taking a brush, we tend to touch our phones just to see what happened overnight. We have this fear of missing out, which is unfortunately the negative side. How many of us actually forgot our coffee and newspaper mornings and take to the mobile phones and the WhatsApp forwards? If we do not forward, we feel as if we have been left out in the rat race of being informed. Everybody and anyone with a small phone, with a camera, has become a journalist. Everybody has become a reviewer. Everybody has become an economist in no time, talking about every price rise and inflation. But are we looking into the depth? Are we looking into the reality? Are we looking into the truth of the information? That is where I think our life can be filtered out. We can take the best of the information that is flooding. If somebody is telling you something good, you get bored in the first 20 minutes. But if something is really traumatic and repeatedly showing all day, we tend to get reactive. We tend to follow them. We tend to respond. We tend to opinionate. And we tend to also put our own mind into it. What happens? We get into tangles. Forget the gray side of the screen here. I don't want to get into the depth of it because we have already spoken, and you guys have done a very tremendous job of identifying very quickly the positive words for all the negative words that are shown on the screen. How? Giving. Giving is not something that you give because you have everything. You give because you have the heart to give in whatever you have. Forgiving is a very important thing because unless you forgive, it is like holding the rotten tomatoes in your hand for a long time. Honesty. It's very important to be having that integrity, friends, because the burden of truth is very less when compared to holding on to the burden of lies. You cannot hold on to it for a long time. Trust. You can break the bones of a man, but do not break the trust of their heart. It's very important to keep up the trust of the people who believe in you. Stay calm, stay composed, stay motivated. Motivation doesn't come from anywhere else but within you. Self-motivation is the mark. And it is very important that this motivation is one of the 5 segments of emotional intelligence as well. Gratitude, thankfulness. Be thankful to the God Almighty for the every morning that we wake up to see a new sunrise. Be grateful for the parents for giving this life. Be grateful to your spouses and family for making you feel wanted. Be grateful to the friends who make your life more colorful. Be grateful to the universe around you that is throwing opportunities to survive, opportunities to fight it hard, and opportunities to actually make it big if you have that passion. Be happy, friends. Nothing can bring you happiness except yourself. If you do not decide to be happy, no matter how many ever Vadivel jokes you keep seeing, that will not entertain you. Happiness is something which is inbuilt. Efficiency comes from more and more practice. Practice till you perfect. No, practice till you progress to the end of your life. Bravery. Be fearless, friends. What is going to happen in this life if we are not courageous? Be fearless. The entire civilization of the mankind had seen being courageous. That is when we were able to survive era after era with everything that this world has endured. This world has endured 1920 famine, plague. They have endured 2 world wars. Thankfully, today we are living in a world with much more communication and internet facilities, which our ancestors never had. The joy The joy is something that you spend on small things, like children at your home, looking at your photographs from your childhood, talking about your childhood memories, talking to your school friends, being selfless. Sometimes it is very, very important that you have to be selfish when it comes to taking care of your four wells that I'm going to talk in a while. But it's very important to be selfless when it comes as part of the community. Proactive. Don't expect somebody to be your ringmaster. Please be master of your life. It's very important to be, you have to be proactive in the way you have to plan your every single day. And it is very important to be diligent. Your skill is what matters. Your talent is what stays. With that little bit of empathy, little bit of kindness, little bit of curiosity and creativity that will add to your skill. 90% hard work and that 100% attitude is what actually makes you successful. Confidence. Do not lose it, friends. What is the fear in the world? Who is the other person? After all, another human being. What is going to happen? Have that attitude of life. At the same time, be empathical. Do not boss over. Do not be egoistic, but be confident. Being confident and being egoistic are two different aspects of life. You are confident because only when you're confident, you can look into the eyes of the other person and speak. If you are not able to do that, trust me, it is time for self-introspection. Be peaceful, friends. At the end of the day, you should just go and able to kick the bed and sleep in peace, at least for the 6-7 hours that you can catch up. It's very, very important. And it's also important to understand the 3H formula in life. By the way, the paintings that you see in this presentation are done by my daughter. It is her family hobby to keep, doing something that we like regularly. And these are the small paintings of the postcard size she does every single day. The reason I have put in here is to motivate you. It's not for the perfection, but it is for the reflection of your mind every single day, for the reflection of what you are passionate about. Keep doing. Do not give up. Coming back to the formula 3H. I love this formula for myself. Why? Because you are all in the place that you preserve the health of a community. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, because Corona had made each one of you heroes. We are very thankful to the fraternity of medical colleges and hospitals because of the way that you saved mankind in the smallest ways possible around you. Every life that you saved, you became the God. So thank you once again on behalf of Namak Name Chennai COVID validation team and every other organization who were fighting for supporting the COVID victims. Thank you. Health is very important. In this world, especially when you are in the healthcare business, it's very important that you also take time for your health. It's very, very important that you focus on your personal well-being and you heal. Heal from the past. Friends, it's very easy to say, but it's very, very difficult. Very easily, especially women over here, we tend to go back saying 20 years time capsules, we don't need anything. All we need is one trigger, and we tell to our husbands, do you know what your mother did when we got married? Do you remember the first outing, how much you screwed up? These are the comments that we very casually pass. We don't understand that actually it hurts. It hurts us more than hurting the other person because we fail to heal from that past. Yes, take a lesson or two. Keep away from that agonizing situation next time. Keep away from the toxic people around you in your life, but heal. If you do not heal from your past, it is not going to help you anyway because you will be burdened to be pulled back. If you take 10 steps ahead, if you are having the baggage of your past in your mind, you will be definitely pulled back 5 steps behind, which means your progress rate is almost divided by 50%. Do not do that. It's okay. Forgive them. Forgiving is the biggest virtue that all of us struggle to have. But trust me, do not forget the lesson, but give up. Give up on their toxic things and just let it go. Because I don't know about if they will move on, but we have to move on. Let us move on, because we are people who want to be successful in life, want to be happy in life, and it is very, very important that we heal from the past. Happiness. What is happiness, friends? Small things. Getting a nice morning coffee and a paper is a happiness. Seeing your child or a grandchild playing around is happiness. Being able to go and take a proper shower is also a happiness. Having a proper 3 meal at home is a happiness. Having clothes to wear, places to go, vehicle to drive, night to sleep, and friends to share. These are small things that we fail to see. Do not compare your life with anybody else. That is the first disappointment for your life. Compare your life to your own life. 5 years back, where were you? Today, where are you? Where you want to be in 5 years down the lane? Am I going to change it for happiness, or am I going to just live as I am? It's up to you. Even those who live with contentment and no big changes in life, they will be virtually, technically, logically, sensibly happy. Try to do that. It's not that, I had a Maruti 800 10 years back, I had an i10 5 years back, now I have a Honda City, tomorrow I want to have a Benz. No, that does not define happiness. Happiness is a state of mind where you are able to eat on time, think rationally, and sleep peacefully. These are very important things, because how we perceive happiness depends upon what we want to do to our life. We are the designers of a life. God has presented us a beautiful form of human being, and how we actually use this life for ourselves, for our family, friends, and the communities is what defines how happy we are. Coming to the wells of wisdom. These are the 4 wells that I have learned in the last 20 years of my career. It's very important that you understand these aspects of wellness, because only when this body, this human form is perfectly fine, out of pain, out of disease, out of illness, we are fit physically, we manage our illnesses and lifestyle illnesses well. I'm also diabetic, but I do have a regular system of managing it in a way that I need. If you know to do that, it's excellent. It's because it's very important that you get up on time, have a routine, go for your work, do a little bit of meditation, do a bit of stretches and exercises, eat your food right, sleep for at least 6 to 7 hours, and take care of your physical wellness. Those who are having lifestyle challenges, please do not give up on your timely medication, exercise, consulting your doctors, taking your physical regular checkups, and also keeping in pace with your weight control, keeping in pace with your wellness. It's very, very important, because only we can do everything else in this world when our physical body remains healthy. Mental wellness. Unfortunately, today in this pandemic, 9 out of the 10 people are struggling with some form of mental illness. But I would like to talk about mental wellness. This wellness is very important, because you actually sit and meditate for 10 minutes to calm you. It helps your nervous system. It brings your focus and concentration. Do a little bit of mantra chanting or reading of your scriptures, be it a Bible, Quran, or Bhagavad Gita, whatever faith you follow. Practice prayers as a gratitude to the God for the life we are having. Practice what you preach. Follow your mental wellness by not involving in unnecessary arguments, reactions. Respond. Do not jump into some memes and keep responding to people on internet, because what you see is not the reality. There are people who are minting money by creating all those digital material that will actually trigger all of us. So have that sanity to filter what is good for your mental wellness. Do not watch all the videos that come on your WhatsApp. Do not blindly believe and forward everything that comes to you and create others' lives a garbage cans. It's very, very important what we actually perceive as mental wellness. Two people have depression. There are plenty of other mental disorders that we are hearing. Unfortunately, with more of the medical facilities, we are also seeing a lot of children suffering from several of the learning disabilities, all because especially we are not creating a healthier genes and promoting an environment that is conducive for a strong mental wellness. Friends, of all the four wellnesses, this is very important, because if you're not mentally fit, it will show up on your physical wellness, and eventually your productivity gets an hit, because with a mental illness and a physical illness, you tend to be absenteeism from work, and that will impact your physical and mental wellness, which eventually will disrupt your financial wellness. Please understand, friends, financial wellness does not mean that you earn crores and crores of money. It's very important that out of your 100%, 60% goes for your necessities, 20% goes for your wants, 10% for yourself, for your luxuries, and 10% for your community. You can even do that. 60% for yourself, for your regular needs, 20% for your savings and your physical things, and 10% for the community. Remember this, and it's very, very important if you do that, because that is what makes your life meaningful. You can invest a small amount of 25% of your salary in some kind of savings, where you can actually take them regularly if you want. You can put small RDs, fixed deposits. If you're interested in shares and bonds, you can invest. Please ensure that all of you have a proper insurance and investment planning, because as we grow old, our insurance and provident fund and investments really become very helpful to us. Without even knowing, we'll age and we'll get into a place where we look back and we cannot afford to have the same lifestyle what we had after we retire. At the time of retirement, not everybody will get a corpus. So it's very important that we start young and we start taking care of our financial wellness. Because tomorrow, if you're physically sick or mentally not in a position to take up a job, this financial preparedness is very important to survive. Please be very, very careful on all these three. Unless and otherwise, you do a small level of planning and execute it correctly. Please keep all your luxuries in the end. Plan for them. Plan for your dream wedding. Plan for your dream home. Dream education for your children. Retirement plan. Have them started now, if not earlier. And also one more thing, friends. During this pandemic, I've seen a lot of my friends struggling, not knowing where their insurance files are, what their medical insurance coverage is, where their investments are. And once they got into the hospital, they kept calling for us to log into their bank accounts and monitor that. It's very, very pathetic, friends. Keep all your financial documents informed to the most trustworthy family member or to your spouse, and also keep them in a digital iLocker. It's very important that you should be able to access your insurance documents, especially for medical insurance, when you need. So keep whatever is required, like your Aadhaar card, your bank account, your checkbook, your insurance card, your company ID card, all in one place, and inform every family member so that when you suddenly fall sick, they know whom to call. Also keep an emergency contact list stuck in one part of your house, which can be seen by your neighbors or anybody, just in case all of us fall sick at home. It's very important to be little bit prepared so that we do not panic in that situation. Coming to the social wellness, this is something that I love too. People call me an open book, but I prefer to be. I too have my personal life. But despite of that, sharing positiveness on social media is important to motivate others. But at the same time, there is also a lot of negativity that comes with it, like you are actually overwhelming few people. You're creating sense of jealousy. You're creating a sense of helplessness in somebody. So please watch what you post. Please watch what you share. It's very important that you verify and validate the information before you forward or pass on to somebody. And also, please remember, every click of your mouse button or your laptop is a reflection of what you are as a human being. People are watching. Tomorrow you are applying for a visa, or you're planning to go to some country. Remember, friends, they're all looking at it. They're all looking at it because everything is no longer personal. Every information that is shared over internet in any of the social media platforms is no longer safe or personal. Everybody, there are ethical hackers. There are app owners who own this information. All the photographs that we share, it reflects on our reputation. So please remember that what you post and what you preserve in all the digital devices have to be very carefully managed. I'm sure the other speaker or day before yesterday would have spoken well about cyber safety. Please follow all that in practice. It's very, very important that we adhere to those rules. I had a child who cried immensely when she lost a phone. I was like baffled when we were all on an excursion with my daughter's schoolmates. She said, "Auntie, do you have any idea? I have 4,000 photos in that phone." And she said, "I have clicked everywhere and anywhere in any form in my room." I said, "What the heck?" And imagine the kind of embarrassment that child would be having for the rest of her life if any of those images get leaked. So please be sure of what you actually take, and then what you actually save, and what you share to your friends or to your associates or in your social media accounts. Nobody knows if today a friend can become a stranger tomorrow, and they may pretty well share all that information that you shared in a very different manner. It happened, friends. It happened to many around us. So please be conscious. Keep your passwords protected. Your digital footprints are the new persona of you, is the new identity that you have. Today, all of us leave a legacy behind, and that is the digital legacy. So it's very, very important that we focus on that as needed. So coming to the circus of life, what do you want to be? Do you want to choose yourself to be a monkey or a ringmaster? It's very important that every time you feel yourself being pulled into the nonsense of others, not my circus, not my monkeys. Repeat that. You don't need to be reactive to everybody around you. No, it's not our business. Just focus on what is important, what is priority to you, what is actually too important for your life. Think for a minute, do I need this? Or am I just a spectator? From being a spectator to a reviewer to be a part of the action depends upon who you want to be. I will take you through the 6 ways that you can actually wade through the circus of life. Be positive, have intentions to have a progressive life. Whatever you have to be a spectator, just be a spectator. Have a clear mind and find a right balance. It is very important that you should, whenever there is confusion, take a paper and write down all the options. In no time, you will find a clarity. It's very important you get that balance in your life. That is because that is when you will be able to handle how much ever big the crisis is. Here in this, the elephant denotes the life and its difficulties, but we can balance it, provided we know how to sustain in it. So it's very, very important that we draw this reflection in our lives. Simple joys of life, record them. All of us love taking photographs. But today in the digital world, in fact, we click hundreds of photographs which we don't even look back. Reflect and remember to explore your feelings, talk about it, discuss about it, how you feel, express. Don't suppress your feelings. especially if they are of the negative feelings. Do not suppress them. Play them safe and be strong, especially when you're feeling overwhelmed. Just try to underplay that emotion. As soon as the situation gets diffused, you will be all fine. Write a gratitude list, because every day if you say, I am thankful for my life, for it will give you identify whatever is within your line of control so that you can enjoy the joys of life. It's very, very important that we identify those small things. Like, you have planted a small rose plant and it flowers the first rose, the happiness. You see a small butterfly coming and sitting on that rose, you feel happy. You put 10 grains on the wall of your compound wall and 2 sparrows come and try to pick those grains, you feel happy. We forget to see the small joys of life around us. If the boy is playing in the road outside your house, drops by chance a ball into your compound, don't shout on them. Just take the ball and hit it back and see the pleasure of life. You're not going to lose anything there. These simple joys of life is what makes it more meaningful. As I've already spoken about healing, let go the baggage, let go the past. It is very important that we actually focus on learning from the past experiences and moving on, and let go the things that just don't serve us. It's very important that we do not carry that burden on our heads and travel with that burden ahead. So let's move on. Be the leader of your life, friends. This destiny is in your hands to shape it the way that you want. What you believe is what you achieve. It's very important that we have a situation, and that situation is the king, and only you can control that situation, diffuse the situation, or pass through the situation. It's entirely in your hands. For example, the wind is very terrific. The pessimist will say, oh, I can't sail. The optimist will be thinking, after a few minutes, it may change. But the leader is the one who sets its sail right. So each one of you, be the leader of your life, of your destiny. And please believe in yourself. Be yourself, friends. Please, you may be getting carried away by your parents, your spouses, your children, anybody in your life who has an influence on you. But don't do anything that doesn't make you happy. Don't give up on something that is making you happy. Just don't do anything that you are not happy. Be it an education, be it an employment, be it your life. Please go for a change. Set the sail right so that you will believe in your thoughts. It is you who can shape up your future. How you want to be, how happy you want to be, how healthy you want to be, and how healing you have to be from your past depends upon you and nobody else. Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity, and I would take the next few minutes to answer any of your questions or share any of your thoughts if you want to. And thank you once again to the management and staff of Balaji Medical College and Hospital for giving this wonderful opportunity. Over to you, Dr. Vinodini.
Thank you. Thank you, Doctor. Priyanka, over to you. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Dear ma'am, what a fantastic lecture you gave. You're truly inspiring, an expert in giving great lectures filled with positivity. Thank you for making your time to sit through this lecture. It was lively, motivating, educative, and fulfilling. I thank you. You kept the audience mind locked during your speech, and it sustained till you finished it finally. My team are so lucky to have you as a resource person today, and like you and participating in the lecture. Your presence and experience gave more meaning to it. You're truly talented. Thank you so much for banding together with us in this webinar series, ma'am. I
Thank you
give
so
over
much.
to HR ma'am for delivering the vote of thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Priyanka. Thank you, Mrs. Umasree. As Priyanka rightly said, it was fully you captured all our attention. And actually, I was looking at the time, like, it looked like finished it fast. Thank you so much. It's been very, practical, very helpful. It's going to be very useful. Thank you so much. And we are sure to adapt and also follow all the tips that you have given to us. Thank you so much. And want to thank Archana for putting this all together, and also want to thank the MC for today, Dr. Priyanka. And we had Dr. Archana MCing on the first day, and yesterday Vinita was the MC. Want to thank all of you, and want to thank our Dean Sir, Dr. W.M.S. Johnson, for this whole concept and this idea, and for this virtual platform where we can connect with each other and listen to renowned speakers, resource person like you. We don't get it often, but this time it has been really a pleasure and very helpful. We were able to listen and get benefited. I want to thank you for that. It was a worthy hour of listening to you, how to manage and take care of our wellness, especially you covered financial, mental, and social wellness. It's been very useful, and also the playing the game of opposites that we need it, because everything is in our mind. I totally agree, and I can relate to it. It's been very helpful. And thank you so much for making us sit through this lecture, very happily engaging. And want to thank all the participants who are very interactive and, through the chat. And so we are truly thankful for that. Thank you so much. And we would like to have more, opportunities to get your knowledge and resource, and looking forward to that. Want to thank you once again, ma'am. Keep doing your good and great work. You've been touching many lives. Thank you so much. And we are truly honored to have you today. Thank you all. Thank you for all the participants for your participation. Once again, I want to thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. I will end the webinar now. Thank you.